So it is going for, it's nearing 10:30 p.m. on this December 19th, 2021. It's actually 20 minutes after 10, to be more accurate. I got more tofu eggless egg salad here that I made yesterday. This is the third sandwich I've made out of the batch. I have one more, I have the amount to make one more sandwich still left over. Let's see if I can get a better picture of this on camera. Oh, there we go. God. I also added about a teaspoon of thyme to the recipe. It's good. There's more brick of wafers. Accidentally vegan wafers that are great. Didn't have any issue with that. This is great with the avocado mayo. That has the rosemary extract in it. And my sister just had purchased, well, she happened to have these still available in the house. They're accidentally vegan too, based off my testimonial. So, I mean, if anyone else were to, try it out, to, triple check for themselves if they want to make sure for themselves first. It has ingredients: filtered water, apple juice concentrate, grape juice concentrate, cherry juice concentrate, cranberry juice concentrate, orange juice concentrate, natural flavor. Now, I had looked this up a while ago, or I took a photo of it, so I knew I didn't have a problem with it a while ago. Tonight I had another one. I didn't have any issue with that. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C, zinc, zinc gluconate, otherwise known as zinc. Let's go. It's another. Some of these, from, let's say, brands like Ocean Spray, for instance, sometimes they add other ingredients to some of their other products that are also a juice or a juice box, or maybe in a larger bottle, plastic bottle. The other ingredients that I have noticed, one was fumaric acid, which is actually, like, from what I read, it's similar to the way ketones are naturally occurring, where ketones are the fragrance of, let's say, raspberry ketones is actually the fragrance of the raspberries. Whatever may be found in there, the fragrance of that raspberry, the macronutrients, is just, labeled as a ketone. Basically, it's based off the fragrance, though, of that fruit or vegetable. So, no, fumaric acid behaves the same way. Supposedly it's the fragrance of, it's like a instead of a flavor enhancer like monosodium glutamate. Fumaric acid is like analogous to, let's say, monosodium glutamate being a flavor enhancer, but it's a fragrance type of enhancer or something like that. I don't know. It's good. It's more convenient sometimes to have those things in the house. Just like these happen to have been accidentally vegan, I have no issue with them. They're a great product. I just do that with my drinks. I could see someone being like, I see you drinking that awfully fast. Are you sure there's no high fructose corn syrup in it? I know. I was able to take a break from this for about 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours from one that I had earlier. I may have had 2 earlier, but I was able to take a good break afterwards, like 4 hours. Whereas if it had high fructose corn syrup in it, I'd be constantly, like every half hour, I'd probably be drinking one. Louis, what's going on over there? Great, this is falling apart now. Well, whatever. I think those actors, not actresses, but the actors on Big Bang Theory, I think they're paranoid. I think they're paranoid. It's weird. One of them, who was the actor for the show Roseanne from the 90s, when I was like 10 years old, he was like probably like 17, 18 years old on that show. Well, maybe he was like, yeah, something like that. He was a completely different person. He was more like, where, okay, Unicorn Girl would be able to determine the differentiation between the way I am today versus who she knew me from when I was in high school. I haven't really changed completely as much as, let's say, the way that character who acts on Big Bang Theory, who was also an actor in the show Roseanne. She would be able to understand what I'm talking about, the parallelism. He's more of a square waveform, or of a shift in personality. Whereas in my case, I'm more of like a sine wave. Yeah. I'm not saying just him. I'm saying the other dude, Sheldon, the one that plays Sheldon. He's a little paranoid. It's like he wants people to get in trouble in the real world. He's like a rat. You know what I mean? Like for no reason. Like, what did I sell you? Like, did I sell you a like laced drug or something? Did you have a bad reaction? I don't do that. And like, but it's as if it was like, let's say you had a bad trip, right? and he was having HPPD at a month after having his bad trip. After let's just say I sold him drugs, right? And he was having a bad trip from it. Then a month later, he had a flashback, and he went for treatment. And let's say he was concerned about, let's say he was genuinely concerned about me. And I had like, let's say I was still smoking weed with my friends and stuff, and I was just telling him, you want to make sure that stuff isn't like tainted with anything, because you know, who knows within, let's say, the metropolitan area, if there was a number of outbreaks of laced weed at the time or something, so you don't end up where I was or later on. See, that there's more of a probable cause in that type of situation versus like what did I do to them? Like if anything they did to themselves, whatever it may be. Or I think they're paranoid. I'm not afraid to say that either. Anyways, let's say comparable. I'm comparing myself to, let's say, one of them. If, let's say, one of them happened to have been going out with Unicorn Girl, and let's say no one knew except them, and they wanted to hint on the fact that maybe that was the case, let's just say that, I'd still say I deserve her way more than any of them because of what happened 18 years ago or so. 20 years ago. 18 to 20 years ago. And who I am today. And she would agree with me, probably. So. And I'm telling her not to feel bad. Because, I had to work on myself for 14 years before 7 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm still, So, I mean, like, these people, they have yet to even go through that detour after a break, like a disconnect from communicating with someone for several years, and being around them every day, almost every day. So, I mean, like, the comparison, I came back with something like frugal to keep our future financially stable. You know what I'm saying? As the equivalency of, let's say, an actor who makes millions off every episode of their show. Look, I tried to be of equal to that, and I already had a history, that was like that. You can't. I don't want anyone trying to challenge because chances are I almost died 20 years ago, so I wouldn't recommend it. But I'm just saying, like, in my case, me with Unicorn Girl in comparison to any other dude, arbitrarily speaking, out of the deck of cards, I'm more of a magnet if she had known. You know what I mean? Like, if she knows the truth, I'm a super magnet to her. I already know. And, like, all right. And we already had a history of 7 years before any of, like, of knowing each other. I'm just saying. About 15 minutes is almost up. There's one other thing I want to say. 30 seconds. See, that's how my mind becomes like, oh, great. I better end this before it's too long. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, well. Maybe I already said enough in the beginning.